This is a video about how to embed a Google Calendar into your Moodle course, into a topic section. So here I am, I'm logged in as a student, and I'm going to go ahead and go to this course that I'm enrolled in. And I can see the teacher has embedded his Google Calendar into his course. Okay, and I can actually click on any events that are there, and I'll get some information about the assignment that's listed on the Google Calendar. Okay, I can close it here. So this is what it will look like. You can actually change the size of this as a teacher, but this is what it's generally going to look like to the students. So now I'm going to log in as a teacher, and I'll show you how to do that as a teacher. So here I am now logged in as a teacher, and I want to embed a Google Calendar in this topic section right here. Okay, I've already labeled it Google Calendar. I want to put it right in here. So how do I do that? First thing I do is I go in and turn editing on. And I actually have to go to the gear that helps me edit the summary of this topic section. You notice each topic section has a gear, and I'm going to click on the gear in that topic section. Okay, it's going to bring me to this, and this is where I edit the summary of that topic section, or rather put things right into the topic section. So I'm going to go now to my Google Calendar. So let's go over here. Let's go back to my calendar. Okay, so this is my Google Calendar that I want to embed. So I don't have too much in there. I just have this one homework assignment and Columbus Days in there and Halloween's in there. That's all I have. But I could put all my assignments in here, my homeworks, etc., and I can embed this in Moodle. So how do I do that? Well, you come over to the left-hand side here to My Calendars, and you open that up, and you pick the calendar that you want to embed. You may have more than one. Okay, this is the one I want to do, the Northport ITRT. And you'll notice there's a little drop-down arrow next to it. When you click on that, you're going to go to Calendar Settings. So I go to Calendar Settings, and it brings me to this page. Now, kind of toward the middle of the page here, you'll notice it says Embed this calendar. Okay, this is the embed code that I need to get. Okay, I'm going to copy this embed code, but let's go back one more second to the calendar, because before I do that, let's go back to this calendar and go to Share this calendar. I want to make sure that this calendar is public. If it's not a public calendar, it will not show up in Moodle. And here is where you make it public. Okay, right over here, make this calendar public, select that, save it. Yes, I want to make it public. That means everyone can see it. Now I come back to this screen. Let's go over here again. And remember, I went to Share my calendar, make it public. Now I'm going to go back to Calendar Settings, find the embed code and copy it. Okay, so I'm going to copy this code right here. Right-click, copy. Let's go back to my Moodle course. Now, I want to put the embed code in here, but you don't just slap it right in this section right here. You have to put it in the section where the embed code goes. So in order to do that, you're going to come up here to this and expand your editing tools. And once you've done that, you're going to find this icon right here. So less than, greater than sign. It's brackets. If you click on the brackets, this is where you want to paste the code. Okay, now you can right-click paste, or you may have to Control-V, either one, to get the code in there, and then you hit Update. And I'm going to center this also, and then I'm going to save. And now when I go back to my course, I can see here it is. Here's the calendar. As long as it's public, it will show up. But I don't like the size of it. I want to actually tweak the size of it, make it longer and narrower. So let's go back into the gear here. Let's go back into the embed code. Now just be careful what you do in here. I wouldn't do too much. But here's the height. I'm going to make it, instead of 600, I'm going to make it 400 pixels high. Oops, one more. And here's the width, 800. I'm going to keep it long. So it's going to be kind of long and not too high. And let's update that and save changes. Okay, so now I've just resized it. It's a little bit smaller, but it still works for me. And a student can come in here and click on an assignment, and they get this little pop-up that shows what the assignment is. Okay, if you want to close it, you just close here. I can turn editing off if I want to. If I want to see what the student looks like without actually logging in as a student, I can come over to the gear and go to Switch Role to Student. And it will give me an actual student view. So here's what my student sees. Calendar still works fine. And when I want to go back to my teacher role, gear, switch role to return to my normal role. And now I'm back in editing mode as a teacher again. So that is how you embed a Google Calendar in your Moodle course.